You're not tuned into something super tight. Puffin' something sticky, nigga, I roll through the light. Need to hear something real just to get me through the night. I'm looking for them jackets cause I know they looking shite. Know I'ma get some game tuned in with super tight, yeah. I get the low love from Big Bobo, from the front seat, not no photos.
Already, baby. It's Super Tight TV. Once again, we up your back going smack, smack, smack. It's your boy Bobo Luciano in the house and my gorgeous, sexy, beautiful wife.
Hey, it's your girl Jazzy K.
Man, I'm sitting here with a up-and-coming jamming star, a shining star, you know what I'm talking about? I got my boy Max Million in the house.
Hey.
Yeah, give it up. Give it up, y'all.
Yeah.
Give it up to him, man. I don't have no BS on the show, man. No BS. You know what I'm talking about? If I got him on the show, he must mean something to me. Or he jamming.
No lows, just hot.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Kimo Ginobili, man. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
How you feeling? How you living?
I'm alive, so
That is always a blessing.
That's the first blessing.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes. I always like to kick it over to my wife because, you know, it's always ladies first in my life. You know what I'm talking about? She's going to get the interview started. Mm-hmm. Holla at him, baby.
All right, Maximilian. Thanks so much for coming out, chilling with us. So we like to start from the beginning for the people out there who may not know you. Tell us your background, where you grew up, and what led you into music.
Now go into detail now. We like to, you know.
Yeah,
we
I'm
know
trying to think.
We know
Man, I'm
We
trying
have
to
to
think.
go down through there.
Yeah, from the beginning, when you came out the womb.
Well, I'm from Detroit, Michigan, actually.
Okay.
So I've been down in Dallas for about 13 years now.
Okay.
But I hail from Detroit.
Okay.
My mom moved down here about 2012, and she came down here to pursue a career in nursing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So aside from that, you know, in Detroit, music was always in my blood. You know, Detroit, you've got the cookouts, you got people on the block.
Yes.
And Detroit is very inner city, urban area. Like,
Yes, it is.
it's I wouldn't say it's almost like Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, music was a big thing out there. But we came down here to Texas around 2012.
Okay.
And I continued the music even further. I was listening to people like Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
I was big on Biggie at the time. Pac played a big influence in my life, and you know, all the '90s rappers.
Yeah.
So I started listening to those people around 2012. Fast forward to 2015. From 2012 to 2015, I had this grind of being a young independent artist.
Okay.
I had a mic like this, but it was a little smaller. But you
Really?
had to plug it up into the computer.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Had to fix it, hold it. when you was
Definitely a
recording.
grind.
You got to
Yeah.
start somewhere. So in 2012, how old were you?
I was 12 years old.
It was 12 in 2012.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay. You was a young man
Yes, sir.
trying to get in.
Yeah, I was trying to get
Get
on
in
the
where
game.
you fit in, right?
Yes, sir.
So, Mom, how was that move? You know, as far as from Detroit coming down to the dirty South.
It was a blessing, man. I think coming down here to the South, Detroit is soulful, but it's not as soulful as Dallas, I would say.
Really?
I would say Detroit has its ability to be soulful, but I feel like in Dallas, my opinion, being down here, has really brought a lot of culture to a lot of things that I do.
Why you
You
say
got
that?
South Dallas swag.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, a lot of boys down here dance.
Yeah.
A lot of brothers down here dance. They
Yes.
jig. So you got South Dallas swag. And I was just listening to an interview about Young Nation yesterday.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of boys down here that invented a lot of things that culture from different coast areas have taken.
Mm-hmm.
But you got that.
They
A
always
lot of
take
good
from us.
foods. Man, a lot of good. Texas is the
Yeah,
best place
say
to
that
eat.
again.
Nah, for real.
What's your
Wanna
favorite?
Eat.
Man, anything that's from the grill, bro. I love a good,
Oh, good barbecue, huh?
good barbecue. Yeah.
So would you say that Texas?
Ah, there you go. I know
No,
what
no,
you're
no,
gonna
no.
say.
Well, I don't know. You hear Memphis barbecue. You hear Kansas City barbecue. I'm biased to Texas, you know, because I've had both of those. I've heard of Carolina barbecue. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, but you see them. you tend to think Texas is up there, huh? As far as grilling and cooking.
Yo, I haven't. When we go on tour to more areas, because we did a tour this year, me and Kenny, and we went
Yeah.
to Austin, we went to Houston, a couple areas around here
A
too.
lot of good eating.
Nah, for real.
That's a lot of. Man, and don't forget San Antonio.
We ain't been there
Ooh,
yet. Yeah, we going there.
How's your palate as far as Mexican food?
I love Hispanic.
Oh, wait till
Tex-Mex.
you, yeah, Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
Wait till you get to San Antonio. Oh my God.
What's over there?
Just the best Mexican food in Texas.
Oh, the good.
Yeah, I mean, even the little hole in the walls are just delicious. I'm telling you, Dallas has a lot, Houston has a lot, but San Antonio. I hear a lot about San Diego all the time, but I've never been there, so I can just vouch for what I've tasted. Mm-hmm. Man, that San Antonio is on fire, man. So, and they have a pretty rich music culture. You know, you can go down there. A lot of Hispanics support rap, man, and you need to get down there.
El Paso's a pretty good place too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can get rich in Texas.
Yeah, you
alone.
can.
I mean, you can sell 1 million records right here in Texas if you just network. You know, East Texas, going down there to the Valley, El Paso, McClendon, all those places like that. They'll support you, brother.
They will.
I'm gonna talk to your manager about that.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
So I
He's somewhere
recently,
here.
yeah, I know, right? I recently checked out the home show. What is it? My House show.
Home concert.
Home concert. Yeah, it dropped today. I like that.
Thank you.
I like that. So where did y'all come up with that concept?
Honestly, about a couple months ago, I sat down and I thought to myself, and I said, you know what? People are on a verge, because the pandemic really put us in a spot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
where
trying
we
to get
had to-
outside now.
We couldn't go outside. And so I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with these organizations, but there's one called NPR Tiny Desk. Have you heard of those?
I
Heard of
love
that one.
Tiny Desk.
Yeah.
I saw the Usher concert.
That's kind of what it
Usher
reminded me
concert
of.
was beautiful. It was
Yes.
really beautiful.
Yes.
But after studying NPR Tiny Desk and kind of just seeing how they did what they did with their platform, inviting those artists on and bringing them to perform during that
Intimate,
period,
yeah.
during that period of COVID, I'm like, you know what? If people haven't studied this formula, what we can take out of this is that people like live music.
They love it.
I know.
No matter where it's at, people
Yes.
want to hear a good artist with a great message that can make them feel something. You know, you can be
All
in the
the
house
time.
cleaning up, you can be vacuuming, you can be laying with your lady, you can be laying with your dude. You
Music
can
is
be laying,
everything, bro. Music is everything. You know it is.
Playing with
It is.
Hey,
It is.
Don't discriminate.
Yeah, you can put music on for every occasion.
You can.
And that is one
Yeah.
thing I do like about the tracks of yours I have been able to check out. You kind of have something for every mood. I mean, you got something for the hustlers and grinders. You got something for the relationships, something for the ladies.
Yeah.
Let's talk about broke.
Yeah.
I like that one. Where did you come up with that concept?
I was broke.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
So your life
It's
dictates your art.
It does.
Okay.
I'm in a point right now where I do want to talk about having nice things.
Yeah.
Because, I met him, Kenny, the good dude behind the camera.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I met him about 5 months ago.
Yes.
And so I've been having this philosophy of it's cool to be humble. And I do want to live a private lifestyle, but like you can have luxury. You can be
Yeah.
a top-notch alpha male, smelling good, baller, on top of his responsibilities type of guy and be successful.
Yes.
And Broke I wrote that song at 19. So to me, I was a big fan of J. Cole, still am, but I was like, you know what? How can I represent a voice for myself
Yeah.
and speak about my condition without trying to be something I'm not, or like talk about something that I'm not really going through,
Yeah.
Right.
So
That was good. I like that
I
one.
like the way when some people when they rap, they tend to try to rap not from within. You know what I mean? And like I said, you let your life dictate your art, and that's beautiful, man. I think more people should do that because that's going to lead you closer to success.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because it's real. You know what I mean? And you don't have to hide and don't have to fake. You're just being yourself. And when you're being yourself, you're giving yourself to your fans. You know what I mean? And they kind of follow you, and especially in this day and time. Everybody wants to see and know everything about you. You know what I'm saying? And if you're giving it to them in your music, that's wonderful, bro. Just stay on that path.
Well, I'd also say me and Yakini had a conversation about this earlier this morning, and it's about being humble.
Exactly.
And when I say being humble, I'm not saying be a pushover. I'm saying
Oh no.
being humble is about remembering this,
Yes.
and that
The
under
skin
this
you
is
in.
it's blood. You know that
Yes.
all of us are human
We all the
beings.
same.
We're trying to learn. We're trying to get this life down. We go through struggles. We go through ups. We go through downs. But that doesn't make me better than you. That just means that I'm in a different chapter of my life.
That's right.
And so as an artist, I came to this epiphany that on social media, every single person that contacts me, you know, what I realize is that when I like their comment or when I respond to them, people really like that.
Yeah,
That means something to
absolutely.
people. They love that. But the moment when you start, leaving people on red, ignoring
Yes.
people, even in person, when people come to you and they really show you appreciation and they're like, yo, I love your art. This meant something to me. And people are kind of nonchalant.
Yes. Don't take it for granted.
Yeah, people don't like that, bro.
I know it.
They
I
don't
know.
like that at all,
Oh,
'cause-
they'll walk away and rip you up on social media now. You know.
Yeah.
It used to be to where all they could tell was 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
Now they can get online and blast you on the gram, blast you on Facebook. You know, and you're right. You got to be on at all times,
Yeah, I mean,
Fortunately, yeah.
even when you're sick.
yeah.
Even when you're sick and you don't feel like it, smile, be humble, and give it to them. You know, give them you. You know what I mean? Just it's only a few seconds. Is what I say to people. People feel like man, I just need a second to breathe. But man, when you take on this dangerous job that you're taking on, you know what I mean? You know that comes with it, right?
Yeah.
You know that the fame comes with it, fans come with it, and you know what fan is short for, right?
No.
Fanatic, right? So fan is short for fanatic. So these people are in a craze to see you and to meet
Yeah.
you. They may not ever see you again. You might be the first and only famous person that they met in their whole life.
Yeah.
You might have said something in one of your songs that touched them so deep, and now they just met you. You know what I mean? My man Kenny was telling me about how many times he just ran into you. One time y'all met, and out of the blue y'all met again. Just that's God. You know what I'm saying? God put people in your life for a reason or for a season. I always say that, and it seems to me that you met Kenny for a reason. You know what I mean? And that's yet to be seen. But you always get something out of people that you meet. And so when your fans walk up to you, give it to them.
Yeah.
Give them those few seconds, those few minutes, because you're right, that humility goes a long, long way.
Yeah.
So, as far as, okay, this is what I want to ask you. So, in the song Broke, you hear the guy singing, Mama say, Mama say. Is it a lot of jewels in that song that your mom did tell you? Because you spitting some.
My mom is my ace. My dad is I love my parents. I'm at the age now to where I'm realizing, like, every day I'm learning a lesson about life. And the music is just, if I was a politician,
Yes.
the music would be the PR of who I am.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much. But, every day I'm learning a lesson about appreciation in life and, not taking things for granted. And so what I was singing about on Broke, about my mom, at the time was almost like, I can't believe this is the mindset that I was in. And her being my mom, being a strong lady, watching me go through that, it's crazy. Because it's hard out here, man,
It
especially when
is.
you grow up and there's not a lot of male figures in the households.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that energy is literally what people are desiring.
Absolutely.
Male energy, strong testosterone energy.
Yes.
I'm not talking about an asshole.
Yeah.
A
Strong.
Yeah.
Strong, especially in our community. Strong black man.
Right. A patient. Like, I would consider bro right here, I would consider that a very put together well dude.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Kenny, absolutely.
Yes. And I've seen from highs to the lows, and you're right.
Yeah.
Good judge of character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not often you meet somebody like Kenny. He's I wouldn't have him around me and my family. I'm telling you that right now. When I met him, my guard was up a little bit. It was up a little bit because you meet people. You gotta be ready for the good and the bad.
Mine wasn't Kenny.
Well,
Mine-
you know,
mine
I don't know
wasn't
you.
up. I knew.
Yeah.
I meet people every day, you know what I'm saying?
sure.
And so when, I like to make sure that people are what they say they are. And so far he has been more than.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? He's a great guy. And I think you got a good, solid brother in your corner, man.
Yeah.
Now you have another song I love. Mama, You Did It.
I love that song too.
I'm a mother, so it's like,
Tell us about it.
yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that song.
Have y'all heard of Unconditional Love by LL Cool J?
Yes.
Okay, so
What?
man,
Come on, man.
and I ain't gonna lie, every time I play that song, you know, I really get very appreciative because you only get one mom,
Yes.
Yes.
and you go through life blaming your parents for all your fuck ups and all your
Yes.
mistakes,
Yes.
and you don't realize the best thing when we first started this podcast. What I said was that I got another breath of life,
Yes.
right? So it's like you don't know how many days your mom has on earth.
You don't.
You know, buy her flowers, take her out. You know, take your mom out on a date. You know,
Tell them again,
Look
bro.
in that camera right
Look
there.
right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Buy your mom some flowers, take her out on a date, and you know,
Let me tell you something, bro.
Check on her.
My mom passed in 2016. I wish I could go take my mom out for dinner. I wish I could just hear her voice one more time. You're right. Those moments are precious. I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, I feel you on that one. That's a tough pill to swallow to lose your mom. And people think, I always say this, people always take life for granted and they think, oh, it'll never happen to me. And then when it happened to you, it slap you all around. You know
but
what
we
I mean?
forget we're human, bro.
Yeah.
And it's so many. I can't even blame social media. It's just so many things hitting you at once.
Yes.
Commercials, billboards, people's attitudes, social media, and you become bombarded with so many distractions that you forget. It takes one single event to kind of remind you, I'm a human being.
Yes.
You know,
It'll humble you real quick.
it will.
So
If
what
you're
did-
not humble, I'm sorry, baby, you will get humble. Go ahead.
What did your mom think when you played it for her? Did she cry? I know I would
Uh,
have cried.
I'm sure she did. My mom is a
She
G.
didn't cry in front of you? She went to the room. She gonna cry in the car.
She laughed. She smiled. She liked it. My mom is my biggest supporter because in my face, she'd be like, "Oh, okay, cool." She'll do that,
Yeah.
and then go to work and brag on me.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's how
that's
she
what
is.
mamas do.
Yeah,
That's
so
it. That's it. That's a mom for you.
but she my biggest fan. My mom support all my music, you know, tell everybody about my music. So I'm at the point where it's like, now that we're starting to tour again and
Yes.
sell merch, it's like I am thinking like, man, I do want to make this amount of money, and I do want to buy her a house.
Yes.
And I do want to, you know, take care of her this way because if
Yes.
my mom's got a life insurance policy for all of us, and it's only fair that we return the favor.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
She's done a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I think kids take parents for granted. I really do. You know, they think it's their job to do all this stuff. It is, but bro, and you know, think about how many parents walk away, especially black men. You know, black men will walk away in a heartbeat and leave a child with the mom to raise as a single mom. You know what I mean? I don't know much about the white community. The only thing I can tell you about is the
they
black.
do it too.
I'm pretty sure they do, but I can speak for my own. I know it's rampant in the black community, especially in the 70s.
I
and
really
the 80s.
think it's improving.
It's
I
improved
really
a
think,
lot from when I grew up.
Yeah, I really think young black men now, I mean, of course, back then we had a lot of stuff to battle. You had AIDS in the community, HIV. I mean, then you had crack. It was so much. I didn't mean AIDS. I mean drugs.
Yes.
When crack hit the communities
Yes.
and public assistance and all
Yes.
this kind of stuff that kind of helped break down the family.
And DNA tests.
And I think going through that and so many having to grow up without their fathers, they're like, hey,
Yeah.
when I get a chance to do it, I'm going to do different.
Yes, I believe that's the case as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of young fathers out here though.
It
Yeah.
is.
When-
But that's always been the case.
Really?
Oh, man,
even
come on, man.
even in your, you know, when you were coming up.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you got people out kids when they 16, 17, 13-year-old. I mean, yeah, it's some young parents, period, out there.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to somebody the other day. Oh, yeah, Supreme.
Well,
Remember he told us, he said his mom, he had him
At
and then
15,
turned 17. Then like 2 or 3 days later. So that's a young mom. And actually you raised a child as you were raising yourself. You know what I mean? So when y'all first moved to Dallas, what neighborhood y'all go to?
Man, we've been all around. Specifically myself, I think I've been all around Dallas, but we started in Rockwall.
Rockwall?
We went to Rockwall, then we moved to Cedar Hill,
Okay.
and then we went from Cedar Hill to Duncanville, and I got kicked out.
Duncanville.
Yeah, I got
You
kicked
went to
out.
you went to the high school in Duncanville.
Now you got kicked out the house.
Yeah, I got kicked out the house.
Oh, you got kicked out
what
the
happened. Wasn't
That's
nothing.
actually why I wrote "Mama, You Did It Too."
Yeah,
that's why I wrote "Mama, You Did It
You
Too."
feeling yourself,
pull
huh?
it up out you.
Well,
Yeah.
no. At the time, me and my mom had a disagreement about some money, and it was personal. Yeah, I was. I really was, because I got my first job. I skipped 2 grades. I got my first job. Like I was like, I'm out here doing this. I'm him.
Yeah.
I was really
Yeah,
feeling
There you
myself.
go. I
my
have
mom-
the power.
Your mom checked you, didn't she?
Uh,
Shout out to
yeah.
mom.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
It's
So,
okay because a lot of young kids go down through this path.
Oh
Yeah.
They
yeah.
need to learn.
You should have been
Yeah.
paying a bill in the house.
yo, hey, yeah.
Yeah, see?
You know what I mean?
See?
I sound like your mama.
Hey,
though.
the look of
I sound like your
shame.
mama.
Hey.
though.
I'm putting respect on her, because when I got kicked out, I went to Red Oak,
Yeah.
and then from Red Oak I went to Arlington, and then I ended up moving up to North Dallas. So I've been all around Dallas, bro.
You were moving by yourself?
That's what happened when
that
you
point.
get kicked out the
Oh,
house.
yeah.
You just be rolling whoever
Couch
couch
to
open
couch.
to you.
Yeah.
House to house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, I was kind of moving around. But yeah, we started off in Rockwall. I think now where I really would like to stay around is probably somewhere up like North Dallas.
Okay.
Uh,
In the north.
yeah, I got some nice neighborhoods. I'm keeping my eyes on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to be really particular about where I want to stay at.
Yeah.
Especially
As
this
you
next move in
should.
my career.
So tell me
As
about
you
your
should.
tell me about your recording process. So you got into music pretty early,
Mm-hmm.
and what I noticed by what you said so far in this interview is that's a lot different from people that's your age. Your influences are great. I mean, the people that you've named are some serious lyricists. You know what I mean? And then you said something that's dear to my heart. You said the '90s. You know what I mean? That was the golden era
Yeah.
of rap, of hip hop. You
Where
know
people
what I mean?
really talked about something. You could drop a
Yes.
fire record, but you know
Yes.
the album was really gonna touch on something
Yes,
soulful.
yes. I mean,
They
even
gonna
if
do
they
that
were
no more.
talking about gangster, you were gonna hear a message in that gangster rap. Either going to court, either going to jail, either something dead. You're not just gonna hear somebody talking gangster music
all
about
on
kill,
my
kill,
wrist.
kill. Yeah,
Sorry.
you crazy. Yeah, I'll go everything.
Sorry.
I'm talking about, yeah, we like to have fun, bro. But yeah, you tell us about your recording process. Are you a writer, or you go in, with these new rappers now? I heard that they go in and do this thing called vibing. They go in with the music and just walk into the booth and vibe out. Is that your style, or what do you do?
Man, lately I've been studying a lot of people, like all the greats. I know Jay-Z himself said that he doesn't write his music.
Yes.
And at the time I didn't understand what he meant by that. But I read an article where it said Jay goes into the studio and when he spits 4 bars and then
Yes.
walks out, thinks of another 4 bars, walks in and records it. Right.
Yeah.
So I've done something a little different. I've been writing music lately, and whatever comes to mind is what I put down on the pen.
Yes.
And like it really has to be authentic to me,
Yeah.
versus in the past when I used to really sit for like an hour on the bar. Like,
Yeah.
ain't nobody got time for all this shit.
No, write everything. I remember a time when people used to carry around a little.
Notepad.
Yeah.
No, the little
Little voice
voice
recorders.
recorders.
Yeah.
Because once
all in my
if you don't write it down like you said
Yeah.
or record it, it's in the wind, bro. You know what I'm
for
saying? Man, what was that line? Oh, that was a platinum line.
that's
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I used to work at a warehouse. I used to go in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
That shit down on my-
see?
on my-
Yeah, you better. Yeah, so we came up in a time where we didn't have them phones, nothing like that. We had to write it on the hand or carry around a little note or a little recorder, little notepad. But now I seen people rapping off their phones in the booth. You know what I'm telling you? I think that's cool. Because we didn't have that. You know what I mean? And technology is wonderful. And if you
We
can
also didn't have MapQuest. Had to pull out the big MapSco and figure
the
out.
maps go or the folding map.
Don't miss that.
Yeah.
Damn,
Okay.
y'all is right.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, they started
Yeah.
using them in 2010.
Print
Yeah,
1,000
yeah.
pages off MapQuest.
Yeah,
Remember that?
Yes, yeah. My
Yeah.
dad was the king of map of the what you call it, the
MapSco.
the MapSco. Yes, Yes, I mean, open that book, your L7. Yeah, that goes there. All right, let's go. I'm like,
And you
Thank
really
God
had
for
to pay
change.
attention to the road, too.
Yeah,
yes.
thank God
You really
for
had to pay
change.
attention
Yes,
to the
wasn't
road.
no cell phones back then, so you couldn't be distracted from that.
That's
so
the problem now.
only thing was music in the car, bro.
Yeah.
The cassette, maybe 8-track. You know what I'm talking about? Telling my age.
Okay.
But yeah. And then when people start putting videos in there and playing games, and next thing you know, it's MP3 players in there, and it's nothing, no CD players at all.
They turned the car into a house. I thought we was driving somewhere, not getting
Okay.
comfortable.
Oh yeah, massaging
out.
seats, heated seats, cooling seats, all that, bro. Panoramic roofs. It's you're right. It's like a house. They getting as expensive as houses.
They really are.
Yo, I seen it. Yeah, especially trucks.
Yes, when you spending 70, 80 for a truck now, that's
It's a down payment on the house, man.
man. That's some houses, and I mean,
Not no more.
yeah, not anymore. But yeah, I mean, you used to get a crib 10 years ago for about 80 grand, be a small one. But yeah, you could get a nice crib in Oak Cliff for about 80,000.
So what do y'all think about the prices on apartments going up and I wouldn't say inflation in Texas, but
I'm gonna talk to you about that because I got something to tell you about what you said.
I think
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
I watched the
Because-
go ahead, baby.
How are young people, because my thing is, if you're going to raise the prices of the rent and everything,
Yes.
you need to raise the money.
Minimum wage.
You need to raise the minimum. More, I mean,
Well,
it
well-
needs to be raised significantly because
Yes.
if you do the math, there's no way. I mean, you have to figure out whether I'm going to eat or pay my rent. Or,
Yeah,
like I saw a post that said, I just paid my rent. Now I have a place to starve.
Yeah, that's real. Inflation has outrun
I mean, you used to be able to get like a $600,
your wages.
$800
You know what I mean?
apartment.
Inflation has outrun the wages. You know, back when I was coming up, I'm gonna date myself again. Minimum wage was like $3.25. You know what I mean? And then you had apartments you could get for about $500, $600. You could afford it.
2 bedrooms too.
Yeah, nice ones. You know what I mean? Now you're talking about minimum wage is what, $7 now, isn't it? What is it now?
I think it's
$7.25.
no. It's
What
not
is it?
17. They increased it. I think $13 or $15
Not
Here?
in Texas?
in Texas. Yeah, it went up to about 13.
Kenny,
or
look
15.
that up.
Look
I
that
don't
up
know
for
if
me.
that-
I think you can Google that right now,
No,
buddy. I think it's not.
did.
I think you're talking
No,
California.
Yeah.
I think
No,
you
no.
might be talking California.
Well, speaking
Minimum
of
wage
California,
in Texas.
a lot of those people. And shout out to California.
Shout out.
A lot
man.
of people are coming down here from California and Detroit.
It's too expensive.
So many areas, man.
Yes, it's too
But that's a
expensive.
good thing because now
$7.25.
$7.25.
No,
Told
not
you.
in Texas. We
So
the
it's-
last one.
So you hear what I said? So minimum wage has doubled, right? A little bit more than double, but the cost of living has more than doubled. So that math don't jive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That dog don't hunt, as the
Especially
old
gas
folks
prices,
used to say.
bro.
Yes,
Yeah.
gas
Gas prices
prices.
is ridiculous.
Once they got us used to paying the high gas prices around 2009, 2010, I knew they weren't gonna go back down.
So what was gas prices before 2009? 2010?
Oh
Like
man, $2.
$2?
Yeah.
Was it $2?
Yeah, about $2 a gallon.
When I first started driving, gas was like
Yeah, you could get
90
90
cent.
cent. Yeah, that was in the
90 cents a
90s.
gallon.
In the 90s, you could get 98 cents a gallon, something like that. Then it went up to like $1.98, $2 a gallon. Then when it hit $3, everybody was like, "Whoa!" I mean, actually, when it started going over $2, people started to be like, "Wait a minute."
Well, COVID really showed us some good things about gas because that prices on gas went down, man. I
did.
I
Right.
thought gas is literally gonna go down below $1.
Yeah,
During COVID.
Would have been nice.
They did that for a reason.
So
get y'all back out
back
there.
to the music. I'm
Back to
sorry.
the music.
I have questions.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna talk to
trying to
him.
get to.
Go ahead, man. We were in the middle of talking about Detroit.
We were, but then you started talking about everything else. Go ahead.
Well, Detroit, I noticed when I was a kid, I watched I don't know what it was on 2020, 60 Minutes or something, and they were talking about how all the white people in Detroit moved out of the city into the suburbs, and all the black people moved into the city, right? And that's why you had that culture like y'all had within Detroit city limits. Same thing happened in Dallas. You know, most of the white people went, like my hood, Oak Cliff. When my parents first moved to Singing Hills on that street, they were only the second black family on that street. Now look at Oak Cliff now. and now they're doing it to where they're flipping it. What's that word called? Gentrification.
Gentrification.
Yeah, they want these cities back.
Yeah, a lot of people are moving back to the cities, and shockingly, but not surprisingly, areas like Bishop Arts and Oakland
Yes.
are beginning to be bought up.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and including Malcolm X. If you notice over there, I used to do.
Yes.
I still want to get back into it. Wholesale real estate is a beautiful economy,
Mm-hmm.
but areas like Malcolm X, you know, whenever I'm door dashing out in that area, you see a fucked up house, and it's a real nice house.
Yep.
Good grass.
Yeah.
Almost looks like a condo almost.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. And I've seen that in a couple of areas over there by Malcolm X. And I'm
Yes.
like, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they did this to the entire neighborhood.
Let me tell you,
It's starting.
I had a buddy right off of Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, right off of MLK. There's a street called Park Row. You know, you can get to it from Malcolm X as well. Park Row is, you know, that's South Dallas. That's the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2 streets over was one of those lofts that they had built facing downtown Dallas, saying that, you know, so they were advertising that it was downtown Dallas.
Yep, that's what
And
they
I was
do.
saying to myself, ooh, and then when I said I saw a lot of white folks over there, I mean, high dollar cars in the underground parking lot, I said, ooh, they just don't know where they are.
Yeah.
I know where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're around the corner from, for people who know, they're around the corner from Miss Judy's. Y'all know, I mean, the Miller South Dallas people. So, so they wasn't just right there, bro.
Downtown living.
It was crunk. So, tell us what you got going, man. As far as, are you still recording?
Yeah, I'm actually working on my new project.
Okay.
Tell us about it.
This new project is about that lavish lifestyle that I spoke about earlier. It's really about self-development.
Okay.
This next project, I'm listening to a lot of artists who changed the game 10 years ago,
Yes.
2009, 2010,
Ooh,
and I'm
like who?
studying them.
Like who?
Some very good artists, some influential artists. That
You don't
Name
wanna-
them.
you don't wanna
You don't
share?
want, you don't want to share?
Um,
2009, 2010? Drake?
he's a good artist.
Yeah.
I like Drake.
Yeah,
Drake's a
alright.
nice artist.
Give
J.
me another
Cole.
one.
Cole was good.
I like it, J.
Cole was good.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good artists 10 years ago that came and changed the game. And they really put a stamp on their business.
Yes.
Because artists are businesses first.
Yes.
Before they're anything else.
Brands. That's
Say
right.
that again.
Right. And a lot of musicians had this idea that, and this goes back to social media, man. A lot of people have this idea on social media that they can put one hit out
Yes.
and their egos become so inflated they can't even talk to people.
I know.
They can't even operate with people. They have no good customer service skills
Social
And-
media.
Yeah.
or social media presence. So whenever they do become famous or well known, they forget that, how do I make this longevity? How do I keep this up 10 years from now?
Yes. Yes.
How do I keep people coming to my shows? How do we keep selling this merch?
Yeah.
How do we collaborate with other big Fortune 500 companies?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you know your brand is everything. Your image is everything.
Already.
So you look at people like Shaq, The Rock, Kevin Hart. I'd even say 50 Cent. It's like how do
50, oh,
how do
yeah,
these people
definitely.
go into these big Fortune 500 companies, mega $1 million companies, and continue to, you know, maintain their brand?
Eve.
What are they doing to continue to monopolize their brand? And that's what the focus of this next project is about. It's about how can Maximilian go from being, you know, the guy from Dallas
Yes.
who wants to tour around all of Texas, to a guy who can, you know, be a successful artist regionally.
Yes.
And then, you know, 2 years from now, take that internationally.
Yes.
Another 2 years from then, take that nationally.
Yes.
And then finally, finish off with global.
Yes.
You know, how
Well,
can we do that?
I think too you're on the right path because you're thinking that far ahead. I think a lot of young people get into music, rap specifically, because it's cool, it's fun. We did something in the studio and it just happened to be a hit,
Yeah.
and it's hard keeping up with that, especially in the time now. All you need is a single. All I
Yeah.
need is one single, and then I'm viral, and but then what are you gonna follow that up with?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
being able to constantly reinvent yourself and stay relevant while staying true to yourself, I think.
there's nothing
it's
wrong
hard.
with having fun, but I can't knock my mom and my dad. Is like, I don't know if y'all believe in zodiac signs, but my dad is,
Oh, yeah.
he's a Capricorn. My
Okay.
dad is a serious dude.
I know.
If it ain't
Them
making money,
Capricorns.
he don't care about it. If
Oh,
it ain't
yeah.
making no money.
Ain't making no dollars. Ain't
daddy
making no
said- your daddy
sense.
said- Yeah, like
for
me.
real.
Yeah.
So he was like, if music isn't making you money, man, you need to change your perspective. And I'm like, you have to realize that music is a very, 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 very profitable business.
Yes.
There's so many different multiple income sources aside from just music.
Yes.
So many collaborations that you can make.
Especially now.
Oh man,
And
even
see-
with social media.
Yeah, I mean, he may be thinking about. I
Back
can
in
see
the
him.
day.
Yeah, back in the day, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, just record sales and touring. Now
They
you
made
got-
more money with record sales though. Even then, when record sales,
for sure.
at the height of a record sale, when
Oh,
it
for
was
sure.
$19 a record.
Yes.
Man, what?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, no.
It takes too much streaming to equal one record sale. You know what I mean? To equate to one record sale, from my understanding. I don't know all the facts on that, but I've done a little research, and what I've looked at is, yeah, you're right. When we sold 1 million records, yeah, you got money. But if you stream 1 million times, so you're listening to my song for free, basically, because they're giving you, I don't even think they give you 1 cent. It's like, a percentage of a cent. You know
It's
what
a
I
quarter
mean?
of a penny. Yeah.
See, that's crazy.
Exactly.
That's great. So we were having a conversation a few weeks back that 1 million may pay you 10,000.
That's robbery.
But back in the 90s, if 1 million people had your record, they mean they went out and purchased. 9 times out of 10, they purchased it. Maybe bootlegged it, but they purchased it most of the time. And if you sound scan 1 million, oh, you got a nice check. Plus, they put you on another level as far as your brand. Like you say, that was our brand. Once you platinum, oh yeah, a lot of stuff opened up for you. Even when you gold, 500,000. So it's different now. They're making money. Y'all have more avenue streams now. Like you said, it was not like that for us. I mean, you got your merch, your touring, starting your own businesses. You can branch out. Like you said, around then, more people started having that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
And it, yeah.
Shout out to what's his? I can't think of his name right now, but he just started his own burger company down in Houston.
Bun B?
Bumby?
Bun B. Shout out to Bun B.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Bun B.
Yes.
I looked at that and I'm like, you know what? If that's not the epitome of culture,
Yes.
getting into hip hop and then driving
Branching out.
into something that you're passionate about.
Yes.
Like it's showing us like we can do this with anything.
And that boy is passionate about food. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
He's a foodie.
Yeah.
And he loves burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I saw him doing his thing, flipping those burgers.
yeah.
So I mean that's my whole like even what's the Rush Brothers that were part of the '90s from New York?
The Rush Brothers? You mean Russell Simmons?
Run DMC.
Run DMC and yeah.
Yeah, like my biggest thing is like, how are these guys 20 years later still making a bag? What are they doing that's putting a bag in their pocket and paying their bills? And that to me, that's always been like, how can we do this?
Well, you should be able to. Once you're a star
Yeah.
or once you have a fan base, you should be able to return to your fan base all the time. You know what I mean? Key example, I'm going to give you somebody I need you to study. His name is, God, I just drew a blank, out of Kansas City.
Is he
you know-
independent?
Yes, he's like the number one
Is
independent.
he like a fast rapper? I think I'm
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Tech Nine.
Tech Nine, yeah.
Study him.
Yeah, I'm up on game on him. He's
Study.
good.
I mean, as far
He's
as
really
his,
good.
now I ain't talking about his rapping.
No, I'm talking about his
talking about his
business
business.
side. He's got his
Yes.
own
He's got his own
manufacturing.
Yes, warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and nothing's in there but all his merch and CDs, everything. And he makes millions and millions of dollars just off of merch.
Yeah.
So that could be you, bro. And I was talking to Kenny about your show.
Mm-hmm.
How's your show performance? I mean, are you
love it.
live band?
All of it. All 9 yards.
Are you rapping over lyrics or you rapping instrumental?
Instrumental. Well,
Instrumental
the ones
only.
I've
I
seen
mean,
on-
Yeah, we have a couple performances where I've done instrumentals. My personal preference, I'm not really cool with rapping lyrics to lyrics. Because if I'm coming to see a show,
Yes.
Yes. Wow me, bro. Don't.
Wow.
Hey.
Even if you mess up, they want to hear that.
I could have been at the crib
Yeah.
rapping your lyrics.
Lip syncing.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's like going to the Cowboy game watching it on that big screen.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
much.
When you could be
Yeah.
watching it on the, stop
I
it.
personally like the screen because I can't see
Put some,
that well.
they have binoculars for rent at the Cowboy game. You know what I'm talking about? So let's speak about the Cowboys. Since are you a Cowboy fan?
wait.
I am.
You
I
are?
am.
Well, hold on. I still one more thing before you. jump
Okay, I'm
into
about to
that.
go left.
Okay, I'm here to hear about. I'm here to talk about the music. Y'all can do sports. The Nappy Israelites. I like that song.
Thank you.
Where were you on your journey when you came up with that one?
I was big on books, big on studying, and I still am.
Yeah.
I think whatever makes me prosperous in this life, as far as like positivity and moving forward, that's what I'm studying. And so studying our culture and where we come from, and just black excellence at the time.
Amen.
Studying studying the Israelite culture, you realize that black people in America are told that we don't really have a culture.
Yep.
You know, and it's not really, that's not the message that they portray, but the stories that they tell us, everything stops at the slave ships.
Yes.
They don't go beyond the slave ships.
And on page 243, kids.
Yeah. So they don't really go beyond the slave ships. And, you know, one thing I like about the Israelite culture is that I got to learn what does it mean to be, what does it mean to be someone who not only is a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but we have culture,
Yes.
you know,
Absolutely.
rich culture,
Lots. Yes, sir.
you know, because if you study scripture, if you are a fan of scripture and you begin to read, it puts a sense of pride in you. You know, when you grow up and you don't know where you come from, you just do anything. But when you know you're royal people,
Yeah.
and you know you're a person of high standard, high integrity, it's like, nah, I'm gonna push this generation 2 years forward, 10 years forward with
Yep.
more black excellence.
Already.
And they do that a lot in Africa too, over in Ghana and areas like that. Those guys come over here overseas,
Yes.
and you may see one guy go to college, and the next generation, they expect for him, if that one guy got a bachelor's, they expect for the next guy to go a little higher in his degree.
Masters.
Yeah. So there's a sense of authority. There's a sense of responsibility. And we don't really, our culture kind of takes that, we kind of
granted.
relax.
Yeah.
a
But
little bit.
again, when you don't know,
Yeah.
which today is really not an excuse. People got to pick up a book and do some research. I mean,
You ain't gotta
but
do
when
that.
you
Pick up
don't
your
know,
phone.
again, when you don't know, you don't know. And I think that's a big part of it. Like when you go along life blind, not knowing where you come from, then you find out. You know what I mean? I think that's what's got to happen. But you say a line in that song that resonates with me when you said basically how you get tired of people giving advice but holding on to the lessons.
Yeah, that's something to hold. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wrote that this year. And when I wrote that was like, right now where I'm at in my life. Like, I just want development.
Yes.
You know, I want to be able to count my money without beef. I want to be able to take care of my mom and my family. And I want to be in a position where I can look in the mirror and be proud of the man that I am.
Absolutely.
You know, because I know a lot of guys, we just get up and we go to work and we just do a lot of stuff.
Yes.
But we don't really sit down and think, like, what's the intent? Like, where's the direction of where I'm going with this?
That's right.
You know? Because, bro, all those gray hairs on you, that's wisdom. That's gold right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I want to get to.
And 4 daughters.
People say, man, you old. I said, man, you better pray you get this old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? 'Cause
Do.
fools die every day.
Yeah, they
You know
do.
what I'm talking about? I hear you mentioning Israelites. Do you follow the Hebrew Israelites, or is that something that you looked into? Are you a member, or is that something? Talk about that.
I study it. I do believe that, there are black people here in America that are Israelites.
Yes.
I do follow it, but there are some things that there's so many different denominations and camps.
Yeah.
I just study, bro.
Yeah.
As with all.
Because I just try to be as normal as possible.
Me
Because
too,
the
bro.
moment you try to really hold a knife to somebody's neck and get so serious, it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Religion is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's follow God. Let's not follow
God.
religion. You know?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That's what we on right now.
Yeah.
Religion. You know what I'm talking about? It's something to behold. So I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, I don't want to talk about it because there's a lot of religious people out there and I don't want to knock them, you know what I'm saying? But our faith is in God.
Well, religion is cool, but religion kind of it hinders you from smelling the fresh air.
Yes.
It
It
hinders
hinders you
you.
from a lodge.
Yeah,
It's almost a controlling tool.
it really is.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know how to think for themselves outside of that, and a lot of people base their character on religion.
Yes.
And that's, to me, that's the biggest prison.
They do a lot of stuff.
that.
Judge people off of religion. They,
Exactly.
It's just so much dealing with religion, and they are not godly themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's amazing to me. So back to the Dallas Cowboys. Since you what?
Just
I mean,
funny.
I'm messing with First of all, touch that star right there for me. Homie. Touch that star right there for me, man.
Sir.
Because this.
You got to honor it.
Yeah, this might be a special year. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna mention the SB word. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna mention the SB word because we hadn't been there in about 26 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's not mention SB.
We don't want to.
Let's talk about playoffs first.
Let's get to the playoffs first and winning the game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Are you a Detroit Lion fan as well?
It's okay if you're not.
I mean, I respect your fan base. I respect your fan base if it is,
It's
Yo.
okay if you're not.
Respect. I love Detroit.
Yeah. I mean, you got to
I
respect the
mean,
fan base, right?
It's okay. They just not your number one. It's America's team. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
You still got family up there, right?
I do.
Oh, so go ahead and tell them. Don't break it to them. Break it to them.
I love
Man,
y'all.
Don't be shy.
I just think when it comes to some of these teams, man, especially the Cowboys, I'm not the biggest football fan, but I do know that it's all about the coaches, man. It's really all about the coaches. And if I can diverge into basketball a little bit, when you take a look at that situation that happened with that one coach,
Which one?
and
Recently?
yeah,
Yeah.
Nia Long, it's like, if we want to lead a team to victory, you really got to be focused. Every
Got to.
single day has
Yeah,
to be.
yeah.
I'm going to playoffs. I'm going to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm going.
I'm going
to
to
national-
this-
like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
every day has to be
I
like
gotta
that.
have this ring.
Right
Yeah.
after this.
Yeah, I was watching Kobe today, and Kobe was on the court, and he was mad at some of his teammates because they had lost the game. I forgot who they were playing against, but Kobe got so mad he cussed the two of the guys out next to him. He said, "Take my damn shoes off." He
Oh,
had
yeah.
just got a deal.
Yeah.
Nike. He said, "Y'all don't deserve to wear them shoes."
I know
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, he said, "From now on, I run the ball."
Mm.
And to other people, they may be like, "Man, he's a control freak. He's this and that." Kobe got rings though.
Kobe got rings.
Kobe won.
Jordan got rings.
Yeah.
And he was just like that. Are you a basketball fan more than a football fan?
I'm more of a boxing fan
Oh,
than
okay.
all of it. I love boxing.
We can talk boxing.
What you think about Draymond Green putting his paws on that boy the other day?
Man,
Nah.
honestly, first off,
That's different.
what do y'all think? Because personally, I feel like even with social media, you're iconic figure. So when you do something like that,
you gotta
To me,
know.
man, people don't like that.
To me, that's been going on
like
since
that.
the beginning of time.
But I think the other thing though, it just shows everybody human. Like everybody can't be on all the time in
No.
certain situations. So you
I mean, you
can't-
gonna have
you
beef.
And I'm
catch
not
some
I can't
human
judge 'em.
moments.
I'm not judging.
I'm not judging Draymond.
I'm
either.
just saying,
What that man do? though?
He
I don't-
pushed Draymond.
I know.
yeah, he gave that man a black eye.
Hey, he pushed Draymond. He was talking mess.
Yeah.
You could tell he was saying something to Draymond.
Yeah,
Draymond walked over to address the conversation, and he pushed him.
yeah.
And then you gonna get what you got coming after you put your
Your hands.
my wife trying to
But I know.
your beaters.
Yeah,
You put your
yeah.
beaters on people. You know what I'm talking about? Your paws on somebody. Expect to get your paws put right back on you. You know what I'm talking about? That's
But
just
I do want to say,
unless you're
earlier
a
this
woman.
year,
Unless you're a woman.
Uh,
I mean, we ain't gonna hit women if they hit us.
Oh,
oh nah, you walk away from
Yeah,
that.
you walk away from that.
You walk away from that entirely. Don't do that at all.
Yeah,
It's more powerful to walk away too.
more powerful.
is.
Most guys think, man, I'm gonna show her who I am. She don't know who she fucking with. Nah,
Yeah, walk away.
you walk away, and you don't contact her no more.
No, it's gonna make
That's
her look
gonna
like a
mess her
fool.
mind
Yeah,
up, man.
yeah.
And it's like, where are those men at nowadays?
No.
Guys like that who are like, you know what? I'm gonna give this chance. I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
love you. I'm gonna respect you, but I'm gonna respect myself too.
Yeah, yeah.
But back to my point with Diddy and J. Cole, it came out that Diddy got into a fight with J. Cole,
Oh,
and that really yeah, like a couple years ago, that really almost tarnished Diddy's character. And, Cole had to take a picture with Diddy this year and, kind of show people like, yeah, we're buddy,
I
buddy,
didn't
we're
hear
cool.
about that one. I heard about the Drake situation. I didn't hear about the
That
Cole.
came out last year when he dropped his album.
Ooh.
Yeah, Cole mentioned that on this project. About-
Physical altercation?
Yeah, that was a physical fight.
I
He
heard-
mentioned that on this
wow.
project. But the whole point is like,
Diddy always trying to hit somebody, man.
well,
I've noticed that about him.
I guess I would say, man, with this industry, if you really want to be, I wouldn't even say iconic. If you really want to keep your bag protected and you want to, keep peace in your name, all that, like, yeah, it's cool to step to somebody and say what's up, but like, bro, cameras are everywhere. It's
Everywhere
not.
now.
It's,
You can't
it's
do that
stupid.
now.
It's kind of
Well,
stupid.
and
to
it
think
just
about
plays on the egos as well because everybody doing something because other people look.
Think about Will Smith. You know how many opportunities? You know how many in
Yes.
deals he was supposed to shoot I Am Legend with Michael B. Jordan.
He'll get it back.
I mean,
just put
you
it
know
on
how many
pause.
deals he lost behind that slap?
Ah, that'd be all right.
Yeah, but
He'll get more.
you don't know how many days you got on Earth.
That's
You're right. You're right. But I think he's lived a pleasant life while
Yeah.
he was on there. Don't you?
Yeah,
Will Smith?
Yeah.
30 million a film, Will
I
Smith?
don't know
Yeah.
behind closed doors.
Oh, well, I don't know what his
because they say
personal
money don't
life
make
was
you
like.
Happy, so.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It just
and
makes
then they
you-
can cut your endorsement deals too.
Yeah. he'll
But
get it
all
back.
y'all that's not happy with money, y'all can funnel some this way.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'll
real.
show you how
You
to
should-
stunt.
You so you gotta stop.
Get
You
it.
gonna do like baby? Sound like my daddy.
What?
So yeah, I don't believe in all that. I mean, if you put your hands on somebody, expect to get hands.
I ain't saying don't be no pussy.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I was about to say,
But I'm
man.
saying, when you're in a position of power, man, even in the 48 laws of power, you can't do your dirty
When you
work.
got stuff to
Nah.
You can't do your
lose.
dirty work at all, bro.
No.
You really gotta move in a way of boss.
Yes.
The king don't move off his throne. to
Why
slap
Puffy
his
move like
person
that
out.
then?
You be like,
Why you think he does that?
the party.
Well, it's your ego. Your ego is, and I'm not saying, and particularly in that moment he had ego, but most people when they are in situations like that, maybe they're intoxicated, maybe they think a little too much of themselves.
That boy's on that De Leon, huh? But that's a rock.
Yeah, he's on this right.
Boy, that's a rock doing a goddamn acting a damn monkey.
When they
Yeah.
do say.
Yeah.
Man, so I just don't. Yeah, I think alcohol plays a lot into it. Ego is the majority of it, but you just don't hear nothing like Jay-Z slapping nobody. It may happen.
Yo, let me tell you
Oh, they
something.
get it. You just don't hear about
Oh,
Jay-Z
no, no, no,
doing
no,
it. That's
no,
what
no,
he's
no,
saying.
no. Let me tell you, Jay, and I studied a documentary about the rise of Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Got
Jay had
little
one
sometimes.
incident, two incidents actually only, where he's ever been in the news for physical altercation.
On Rivera.
The first one was Kit Kat Club when he stabbed somebody,
On Rivera.
and the second time was with Solange. It's the only time when Jay's been around
Yes.
since. Jay's been rapping since 1980, right?
I don't
And
know.
in the
I don't know.
elevator, it was really Solange. He was just standing there
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was getting punished.
Yeah, but
He did
Yeah.
the right thing.
as he should.
exactly. But it's smart because Jay knows his position.
Bro, them cameras in an elevator too.
Yeah,
They in the hallways, they in the elevators, they
Yeah.
everywhere. You have to be aware of that.
Yeah.
And know damn well that you are gonna get caught on camera.
Yeah,
Anywhere. There might be a camera in here somewhere.
'Cause you gotta-
There are.
you got to realize, man, that when you move in a position like that where you become a figure,
Yes.
everybody has eyes on you. Everybody wants to see you fuck up.
Yes.
Everybody want. I told you so.
Yes,
because his breath
yes.
stank that day, and he didn't like.
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
want to see you.
I
fuck
knew
up.
it. That's what they say. I knew it.
Right, and you can't give people the opportunity.
No.
You got to kill everybody with kindness. I'm not
Yes.
saying you got to be a pussy. I'm just saying kill people with kindness. Do your job.
Yeah.
And get your money so you can take care of your family.
Exactly.
That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
So
Money.
Kindness is so fun.
Oh, I thought you was talking about getting my money.
No. I was talking about killing them with kindness.
Yeah.
Now
It's
my
funny.
wife has a question that she asked everyone, especially artists.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna step aside and let her do her thing.
So, of your music, released or unreleased, what are your top 3 songs?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I got this song out called Money Flips. I really
I
that
like
song.
Money Flips.
Money Flips
I
is
like
dope.
Money Flips. When you doing a video to that one?
We're gonna do that in January.
Okay.
Yeah, we trying to get that in the club. So
All right. Okay.
let's turn up some.
Okay.
You manifest it, huh?
Oh, I know it, bro.
Yeah.
I know we gonna get it there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
We was actually performing, and we had Money Flips playing in the background, and I had these two baddies by me, and they just kept.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was like, you know what? That's how we need to get that in the we need to get that in the club.
But when they doing that, that's like justification. That's hey man, I'm gonna have me something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
They
Manifest.
didn't even know that
manifest
was
that
me.
money.
Bro, they didn't know that was me on that song.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Money Flip.
And you know what's gonna be a trip? You ever think about what they gonna feel? What they gonna feel like when you do pop? Oh, he was standing right next to us.
Nah, not really.
Girl, yeah, you do.
Nah, because if I'm being honest, well,
Oh,
I'm gonna give you the 3 songs real quick.
Yeah.
The humility.
Money Flips.
Okay.
I say Money Flips. Something to Hold. Because that song means so much to me. Every time I perform it,
I like Something
it grows
to
on
Hold.
me.
Yes.
Okay.
Right? That and, man, I got so many songs. Earthly Love. Earthly
Okay.
Love is like, I love pop music.
Yes.
And I'm a big fan of the Beatles. Big fan of Andre 3000.
Yes.
Pop music is like, when you touch into that pop music, especially that pop
my
music
God.
money,
Yeah, boy.
oh,
That's
man.
crossover. That's what they call crossing over.
Yeah.
Now, wifey played your music for me when we first got it, and you don't rap like you're from Dallas. You have a very unique style.
Mm-hmm.
You have different styles. You know, you don't have just one style, and I really admire what you're doing. I just want to tell you, you know, just stay steadfast, keep doing, keep grinding, keep good people in your corner. You know what I mean? And I know that you'll pop, bro. Yeah, keep touching that star like that, and you gonna pop like that, baby. We in Texas, baby. You know what I'm talking about?
The place to be.
Yeah. So, and your plan that you have about conquering Texas, conquering the region.
Oh, conquer.
That's-
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yes, you do. Pinky in the brain, baby.
Yeah.
Pinky in the brain, baby. You want to take over the world
Yeah.
already, baby. So I want to appreciate you for coming out, man. I thank you for coming out, man.
Absolutely.
You're a solid guest, a real
Thank you,
super
man.
tight guest, man.
Thank you. I appreciate
got
that.
the shout outs. I want you to give your social media.
Yeah.
All that.
Shout out to Chris, who helped me with this last tour. Shout out to you, Kenny. Solid dude. My mom, brothers, sisters, friends, anybody who's ever played an impact in my life. You always going to get a shout out from now to the day that I die. So thank you.
You're going to shout at Detroit, right?
Hey, shout out to Detroit.
Yeah.
Hey.
Shout out to the Lil D.
I
Lil
knew
D.
something was going to
Yeah.
slip through.
Straight
Something
from
was
Big
gonna
D,
slip
baby.
Nah, shout out to Detroit. I love my people in
Yeah, I love
Detroit, man.
Detroit,
Shout
man.
out to y'all.
You know, my sister came up in Flint.
Hey, I can't wait to put on a show in Detroit. I ain't gonna lie. I can't
Oh, shows.
wait to
You
put
got
on-
any shows coming up?
Yeah.
Yes,
Here?
we have a show on 29th here in Dallas at the Curtis Factory.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're gonna play that. We're gonna do that out
Live band or?
live band.
Okay.
Y'all check out my boy Maximilian.
Follow
Yeah.
me, Official Maximilian, officialmaximilian.com as well if you want to check out more of my content.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Absolutely.
Love you, man. We appreciate you coming through, bro.
I'm humble.
Already, man. It's once again, man, you're tuning in to Super Tight TV. Maximilian in the building, baby.
Know I'ma get some game tuned in with super tight, yeah. I get the low love from Big Bobo, from the front seat, not no photos.